welcome back. We are now going into the core functionality of Copilot M365 in Word, which is the creation of new documents. There's multiple ways to go about this. Obviously, we can open the sidebar with Copilot in order to go about our ways of creating this document. However, when it comes to creating a blank or creating from a blank canvas a document, I do prefer to go via Copilot in the document itself. We are going to open the bar over here in order to type a prompt. We also have starter prompts basically that are referring to contextual company intern aspects that we could refer to, other documents, or even a meeting that we just have had based on our calendar. But right now I have a nice use case for us. I have different proposals from telecommunication services, and I do want to create a comparison in order to decide which one to use in the near future. We are going to have Copilot create a document that is basically comparing all the services and the costs, and will help us to make a decision as such. So please create a comparison of the following proposals. Make it neatly and overseeable in terms of the services offered, realization, and cost structure. Highlight the cost in a tabular fashion. And this is satisfactory to me. Okay, the last thing I need to do is obviously add the documents in order to reference for Copilot. So we are going to use the offering that we have from mobile tele, from O4, and from the phone in order to create this comparison, and then we let Copilot have a go. In the background, we are going to see in the draft mode basically all the text and content highlighted, where we see how Copilot is combing through the three proposals and creating a structure based on what we have described. I can already scroll down and see it live and in action, working through the different aspects. If I'm not quite satisfied with what I'm seeing right here, but I'm very much satisfied with the way I have created the prompt, I can start regeneration over here and give it another go. As you know, if we use the same prompt multiple times on the same AI, we will get variances of outputs, and sometimes, to the best of our knowledge, the manner in which the entire prompt has been created and written is quite satisfactory. However, for some reason we might not even be certain why that is. The output is not quite there what we want, and in that case we can use this regeneration function in order to see whether there's a better variant out there using the same prompt. We do not have to immediately accept what we have been given in the first instance of using Copilot on this task. If we want to go further and give it a little bit more of a specific direction that we want it to be in, we can use the text field that it has open right here in order to make it nuanced. However, if I do want to change the initial prompt in general, I can go over here and edit it, or even add other documents in case I have forgotten to add something. And also, obviously, we can jump in between versions. I can now jump back to see, hey, the way the cost details have been or have not been, in fact, shown in the second and in the first version are quite bummer to me. So I do really prefer the third version. It was a good call to keep continuing. I have the tabular structure over here to understand what's happening, and I have further cost details over here that I can go after. We can always debate about the formatting over here, but this is something on the editing side that I might take care of later. If I'm quite satisfied with what I have over here, I will keep it. Just to compare how it behaves when we go about the sidebar, I'm going to do the same thing briefly again. Please create a comparison between the three proposals. And again, I'm going to give it the mobile. Where are we here? Obviously, I can use this function in order to immediately type it and get what I need. The phone. And there we go. Let it create. And what we're going to see is quite similar to what we have experienced always in the sidebar. We have our sourcing over here to be able to understand where the information has been supposedly retrieved from, to verify what we have over here before putting it onto a document. That is a step that might be appreciated, actually. And obviously, we're getting also a different kind of result. Again, the prompt was not the very same, in all fairness. However, if we did it again and again, we would have the variances that we talked about earlier again. What we can do from over here in order to satisfy our needs is to have it read aloud. Sometimes people appreciate that in order to understand what has been written and what they like or dislike about the text rather than reading it quickly themselves. And we have the insert function in order to edit to document. If we had a scenario where we have a very big or vast topic or document and we would create short research or instances and want to then edit into bodies, this is a good way of going about it rather than have it created over here specifically if you don't have a blank piece of document already. You can also obviously manually copy it and insert it or further ask questions about the content over here.